will believe you. You know your husband. You know how mean he can be. Sister, please. Tell him and see how he would end your marriage for giving away his child without his consent. Since you refused to give me the 2 children, this one you gave to me will suffer. Sister, please show mercy.
My elder sister and her husband tried to conceive for 11 years. She married very early at the age of 20, and as a virgin, being around her can be traumatizing because she became too emotional and takes everything seriously. I got married, and in exactly 1 year of my marriage, I had my son. My sister visited and bought so many goodies for me and my baby. She stayed with us for 5 days before going back home. A few months later she visited again. My husband had traveled, and while we were gisting she started crying and went on her knees. "My sister, can I ask you for a favor?" she said. "Can you give me a child?" At first I didn't understand what she meant. She asked if I could get pregnant for my husband and give her the child. The plan was that whenever I get pregnant she would form a pregnancy too, and once I give birth she would take the child while I tell my husband that my child died after delivery. It was so hard for me to accept, but because of the love I have for her I accepted to sacrifice my child for her happiness. I took in again, and when I went for a scan it was confirmed that it was a twin pregnancy. My sister told me she would like to take the 2 babies, but I refused and told her that the agreement was 1 baby and we must stick to it. Our plan was successful. I had 2 boys, so I gave her the second child and went home with the first child. Life was good. I saw as my sister overflowed with happiness. Her husband nearly died of happiness. Their child dedication was loud. 9 months later, my sister called me screaming that she was pregnant. The pregnancy journey was smooth for her, and she had a baby girl, then took in again and had a son. Things changed. For no reason she started to maltreat my son. A child I gave to her for free. I visited one time and saw my son looking so unkempt and tattered with cane marks all over his body. Not even minding my presence, she kept on shouting at the boy and cursing him. She said he is too stubborn and never sits at a place. I was heartbroken. His birthday was never celebrated, but she would throw loud parties for her biological children. I went to her and asked why she was treating my boy like that, but she warned me seriously never to put a mouth to her family. I was shocked. Her husband was always having issues with her because of the way she treated that boy. He kept on asking her what that boy did wrong to her. My family is more comfortable than theirs, and I couldn't bear the pain of watching my own son suffer. She made sure that she crashed his self-esteem and reduced him to nothing. His younger siblings were always making fun of him. I went to her again and told her to give me my child since she doesn't need him again, but she laughed at me. "Who will believe you? You know your husband now. You know how mean he can be. Tell him and see how he would end your marriage for giving away his child. Since you refused to give me both of them, then this one that came to me would suffer. Each time I sleep I see my son crying out to me to help him. The nightmare was messing up my mental health. For days I cried and cried. Then I made up my mind. I woke my husband up in the middle of the night, went on my knees in tears and told him what I did. I also told him that my sister has been laughing at me because she knows how he would react if I tell him. My husband was shocked. He asked if I had evidence. Anyway, I don't need any evidence. A DNA test will do. That your sister is very wicked and heartless, he shouted. As for you, let me get my child first. In the morning we dressed up and went to my sister's house. We met her and her husband, and after telling them why we came, her husband stood there staring at both me and my sister. My husband looked at my sister and said to her, "For 11 years you lived like a barren woman. Then my wife gave up our child for you. The least you could have done is to treat him like your own, but you couldn't." I don't blame her because she thought she was showing you love. She thought she was being a good sister to an evil woman like you. Look at my son and see what you have turned him into simply because he is not your child. But then no matter how you want to see it, this boy brought you the happiness and children you cried to God for years. But for treating this boy like this, may God judge you. My little boy stood there looking at us confused about what was happening. My husband quietly carried him and we left. We got home and I continued crying and pleading with him for mercy. He looked at me and hugged me tight. For the first time I just realized how unkind I have been to you. I may not be physically abusive, But the fact that your sister used my attitude towards you as a weapon to silence you shows that I have not been a good husband to you. I am so sorry, my love. From today I promise to do better. I promise to love you and treat you as my better half. I couldn't believe my ears. My husband became a changed man. My son is now with me. The damage my sister did to him was much, but with time he adjusted and warmed up to us. He also got to know that he is a twin. As for my sister, her husband forgave her. She asked for my forgiveness. I forgave her, but I told her one thing. You are no more my sister. Whatever bond we shared in the past is forgotten. Moral lesson. This story teaches that sacrifices made out of love should never cost you your peace, your family, or your dignity. Even those closest to us can misuse our kindness, so it is important to set boundaries and protect what is precious. True family is shown through care, respect, and responsibility, not just blood ties. In the end, honesty, courage, and doing what is right will always lead to healing and restoration. Thank you for listening to my story. This is Amaka of Amaka's Forum. If you are coming across my channel for the first time, please subscribe to support my growth. To my subscribers, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you all. Do not forget to put on your notification bell for more interesting stories from Amaka's Forum. See you next time. Goodbye.